So far in this chapter, we have been talking about integers. We just talked about adding them and subtracting them. So in this lesson, which is actually lesson 4 and 5, we're putting them together, we're going to be talking about multiplying and dividing integers. So a quick, easy way for you to remember our sign rules is to make this tic-tac-toe board. So before you even look at the tic-tac-toe board, you're going to multiply and divide your numbers just like normal as far as the numerical portion goes. What's new is the sign portion. So if we look at our tic-tac-toe board, if you go across, you go up, down, diagonals, that's going to give you your sign values. For instance, if we had a positive number times a negative number, that equals a negative number. A negative number times a positive number equals a negative number. And a negative number times a negative number equals a positive number. You'll see you get the same values if you go up, down, and then if we go diagonal, we have negative, positive gives us a negative, or we should already know, hopefully, that a positive times a positive gives us a positive. We can also remember that if they are the same signs, so either two positives or two negatives, that gives us a positive. If they are different signs, so one negative, one positive, regardless of order, that would give us a negative. But as soon as you see a paper that you know you're going to be multiplying and dividing on, go ahead and just make that tic-tac-toe board real quick. That'll help you remember your sign values. So looking at some examples. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pop over here, make my board. If I fill in my positives first on my diagonal, then everything else is negative. So pick a diagonal, make a positive, then fill in the rest of the chart with negatives. Okay, so number 1, negative 2 times 8. Well, I know that 2 times 8 is 16. I have a negative, I have a positive, negative, positive gives us a negative 16. So number 2, negative 4 times negative 4. Well, I know that 4 times 4 is 16. A negative and a negative, two of that same sign, gives us a positive. Check our chart if you're not sure. Negative, negative gives us positive. So it is a positive 16. Okay, the next two you're going to come back and try later. Now, number 25, simplifying each expression. So negative 2 times negative 3, x. So negative 2 times 3. Well, I know that 2 times 3 is 6. One negative, one positive gives us a negative. And then this x value is just going to tag along. So negative 6x. All right, number 26. Negative 4 times 5y. Negative 4 times 5, taking care of our numerical values first, would give us a negative 20 times y. All right, next up, we want to evaluate. So negative 6 times x times y. First thing, show our substitution. So negative 6, pop up here. X is a negative 5. Make sure you put it in parentheses. So negative 6 times negative 5 times y is negative 6. Again, use these parentheses to show multiplication so you don't look back later and think that it's negative 6 minus 5 minus 6. So we take this step by step. Negative 6 times a negative 5. Two negatives make a positive. 6 times 5 is 30. So 30 times negative 6. One positive, one negative makes a negative 180. Okay, again, you're going to try that one later. Okay, finding each quotient. We're working with division now. 16 divided by 4. Hopefully we don't mess this up. This is nothing new. Both positive, so it's a 4. Number 2, negative 27 divided by 3. Well, I know that a positive 27 divided by 3 is 9. And our division rules work the same as our multiplication rules. So we come back over here. One negative, one positive gives us a negative 9. So this is why we're doing sections 4 and sections 5 together, because your multiplication and your division rules are all the same. All right, there are 7 problems left that say you try. Those are going to be your tries for tonight. I'm sorry there. So go ahead and skip them for the moment. Make sure you come back. We have one more problem to do together. All right, determine whether the following statement is true or false. If false, give a counterexample. If true, give an example. Division of integers is commutative. So if we remember, our commutative property dealt with changing order. So I'm going to come up with an example that's going to help us decide if this is true or false. If it's true, we'll have to think some more about it, make sure it's always true. If it's false, then there's our counterexample. So if I just pick any two numbers, so 8 divided by 4, does that equal 4 divided by 8? Well, if I check this out, 8 divided by 4 is 2. 4 divided by 8 is 1/2 or 0.5, so they are not equal. So there's counterexample right there. 8 divided by 4 does not equal 4 divided by 8. So division is not commutative. Just like subtraction is not commutative. Okay, so that is all of our notes that we're going to do together. So again, remember, go back. There are 7 problems for you to try with the You Try Nows. Make sure you do all 7 of them, and we'll check them out tomorrow.